Hello there, today I'm going to show you how I learned to sharpen my chisels and my pointer blades. Now I'm not an expert at this, I just learned how to do this myself. I watched a couple videos and through trial and error I figured this out. Now I picked up a Whetstone kit, or purchased a Whetstone kit from Amazon. I'll leave it in the description below so that you have a link to it. Now I also made a homemade strop. Pretty cool, worked out really well. In fact, I couldn't get it to cut through paper very sharp without this, so this worked out really well.
Here's the strop that I made. It's leather that I picked up at the local craft store, and I glued it to a block of wood. You can see the rubber bands holding it in place while it's drying. As far as the grit, I got this polishing grit a long time ago. I'm not sure where I got it, but it works really well.
Now I also have a hunter kit that I'm going to use, and a friend gave this to me, so I had to learn how to use this, and this is awesome. Very, very cool. Alright, so let's get into it.
Here's the kit that I got. Now it comes with several stones. One's a 3000, 8000 grit. One's a flattening stone, that's the black stone, and this stone's the 400, 1000 grit. There's also a little bamboo case to put the stones in to hold it in place. Pretty cool. Now the thing I've learned, you have to soak these stones. If you don't soak them, it's not going to work right. Just putting water on it is not enough. You have to let them soak for about 10 minutes or so. So you can see here, I'm trying to do the sharpening without soaking them and just adding water, and it's not enough. They have to be soaked for about 10 minutes or so. Otherwise it's just going to leave a terrible mess, and it's not going to be pretty. Kind of cool, you can see these stones absorbing all the water, but they just absorb water like crazy, and it'll retain that water. Very, very cool. Alright, now that it's soaked for a little while, I'm going to use that flattening stone and make sure that this stone is even all the way across. And I'm just going to run this stone, I'm using the 400 grit right up to the top. And you can see this little space here where it's not even. Once it's even, the whole bottom, everything will look the same.
There we go. So if you look here, there's no spots in here. There's no more issues. It's all the same all the way across, and that's how we make sure this stone is nice and flat before we start to sharpen. So I'm going to do this to the other grits and make it nice again.
Here's the chisel I'm going to show you that I'm sharpening, and you can see it's pretty rusted up. So I'm going to clean this up and make this a nice sharp chisel. Well, first I'm going to take off the rust with sandpaper, and this took a lot of sanding to get it down to a nice flat even size where I wanted it to be. Alright, now that I got the rust off, I'm going to flatten it, make this bottom of this chisel nice and flat.
Alright, so I've gotten this as flat as I can down there. This is still a little warped, but I don't want to take away too much metal. So we're just going to use this. So I've taken the rust off, it looks pretty nice. So let's put an edge on this. Now I'm going to use my Versatos honer. So what I'm going to do is, this is a 1-inch blade. So I'm going to put this in here like this and set it at 1 inch right there. So you can see right here, right there is our 1 inch. All right. And now I want this to be at a 30-degree angle. Okay, so we're going to run this one at a 30-degree angle. And then what we're going to do is just load this in here like this. Okay. seated at the gate right there. So it's seated flush against that little place right there. Tighten down these little grommets. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay, now that's seated. Okay, so we can take this off now. So just make sure that that angle, the 30 is the yellow, make sure it's matched up to there. All right. Slide that off. And we're ready to use a honer. With the honer, you're just using this roller down here. So this roller is just rolling on your block like this. So we're gonna put water on there. And just nice and easy. Roll it on there like that.
I'm started with the 400 grit stone. The honing guide will keep the chisel at the same angle, and I'm trying to use all the stone moving directions so it doesn't wear in only one place.
Okay, so you can see that edge now. Looks pretty good. Okay, so let's turn this over for the 1000 grit. Okay, and then we're going to take our $3,000.
I've gotten the chisel as sharp as I could with the sharpening stone, and now I'm going to finish the edge with the strop I made.
So there we go, nice and sharp and cleaned up. I had to do a lot of cleaning on this because this hadn't been touched in a long time, and it's just, it's very nice. It feels so smooth. So I'm very excited to be using this. I'm probably going to try to make a sign out with this particular one, and we'll see how that works. So I'm not a professional in doing this. This is just how I've done this. This is how I've learned, and this works for me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you, and you have yourself a blessed day. Ooh, little bug. Hi. Hi. Ow, don't hurt me. Okay, come on down. Oh, okay. Okay. There you go. Come on. All right.